Harrington is a staff writer for the Washington Free Beacon. Elizabeth, can the former president, George W. Bush, can he rescue his brother's candidacy in South Carolina?
You know, I don't think he can. What was so interesting about George W. Bush's appearance on behalf of his brother is it really exemplified the problems that Jeb has had throughout this campaign, which is he just does not have the political gifts that his brother has. And George W. Bush gives his speech. He's very charming, he's funny, and he's serious at the same time. And once he gets off the stage and hands it over to Jeb, people started leaving. The crowd, about a third of the crowd left. They were only there to see W. So really, Jeb Bush just does not have the gifts that his brother has, and it makes it easy to see when you see George W. Bush talking why he was able to win the White House twice. And a lot of voters just don't see those same qualities in Jeb.
George seemed to take aim at Donald Trump in some of his remarks, suggesting that you don't need a hothead in the White House. Listen to this.
Presidency is a serious job that requires sound judgment and good ideas. And there's no doubt in my mind that Jeb Bush has the experience and the character to be a great president. I understand that Americans are angry and frustrated, but we do not need someone in the Oval Office who mirrors and inflames our anger and frustration.
Any question in your mind who he's talking about there, Elizabeth?
Yeah, he's definitely talking about Donald Trump there, but it's a compelling argument, but I don't think it's going to matter much for voters, really. As you've seen throughout this campaign, Trump has been able to say anything and his supporters follow. They do not care. And in fact, his so-called ceiling keeps rising. So he says all these things. You would think his comments about 9/11 and going after George W. Bush in South Carolina would hurt him, but I don't think it will, because he's able to say these things. Nothing affects him. His ceiling, the conventional wisdom was he's at 25%. Once all of these other candidates get out, Trump, can't get any more voters. The opposite has been true. The latest national poll, he's almost at 40% as these other candidates have gotten out of the race. So again, I think George W. Bush made a compelling case, but I don't think it will really affect how voters feel about Trump.
Well, Donald Trump was on the phone this morning with the Fox and Friends crew, and he basically doubled down on his criticism of the Bush 43 administration. Listen to this.
The fact is that Jeb Bush, who's look, he's doing horribly. It's an embarrassment to the family. He doesn't even want to use his last name. But Jeb Bush said that his brother gave great security. Well, the fact is, all I did, and I heard this over and over again, and he uses his brother, and finally I had to say, look, excuse me, but the World Trade Center came down during his reign, let's call it.
So you don't see the supposition that began when Trump first entered the race, that his support would max out at 25, maybe 27%, and never go any higher. He seems to be breaking through that ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, everyone thought that certainly this is a huge field. There's fractured support. Trump is getting this big group, but he can never get higher than 25%. And this was true when all of these other candidates were still in the race. But now, when you see the candidates like Cruz and Rubio, they haven't been able to crack above 20% in lots of states, while a bunch of other candidates have gotten out of the race. Trump keeps on going higher, so these other candidates get out. You had, Walker got out, and then Fiorina and Huckabee and Christie. Those supporters seem like they're going to Trump more than they are to the other candidates. So I think that really poses a problem for these people that are trying to make themselves the anti-Trump, and you have Rubio and Cruz constantly attacking each other. They're taking some shots at Trump, not really that many. They're still vying for this second place while Trump has a huge lead. I mean, it's very likely that he's going to win South Carolina, and I think, once that happens, they need a better challenger to Trump, because he could run away with this thing.
Fascinating year in American politics. Elizabeth Harrington from the Washington Free Beacon, thanks for helping us explore.